a talented young musician becomes a pop icon in the 1980s, recording beloved songs during their precipitous rise before a fall due to bad influences and vices. This just so happens to be the plot of both the new Whitney Houston drama I Wanna Dance with Somebody and the Al Yankovic comedy Weird, expressly created to parody musical biopics like the former. And although Naomi Ackie is fabulous as Houston, I Wanna Dance frustratingly clings to that familiar formula. Directed by Kasi Lemon's Harriet, the film out of 4. Rated PG-13. In theaters Friday, is a cursory examination of Houston's life story with a pretty great soundtrack, starting from a young girl with a huge voice singing in her New Jersey church choir, and under the watchful eye of her mother, Sissy, Tamara Tooney. Whitney is discovered by record producer Clive Davis. Stanley Tucci quickly becomes a superstar, gets involved with and marries R&B artist Bobby Brown, Ashton Sanders, and struggles with drug addiction before her death in 2012 at age 48. Whitney Houston biopic Naomi Ackie becomes late icon in impressive first footage. Poster Somebody is way too long at 2 hours and 26 minutes, almost every movie is guilty of that particular sin right now, but worse. It feels it. Anthony McCartan wrote this as well as Bohemian Rhapsody, a Best Picture nominee that was anything but. And Houston's tale ultimately takes the same tack as his Queen biopic, a Wikipedia entry come to middling life on screen. The pop singer's songs lean toward the legendary, with tracks like Greatest Love of All, I Will Always Love You and, of course, I Wanna Dance with Somebody, and Lemons captures the electricity of Houston's music in the movie's best scenes. She re-creates the How Will I Know video for a nostalgic treat, and the chills are still real for Houston's famous rendition of the Star Spangled Banner at the 1991 Super Bowl. One nitpick, some performance scenes spend an oddly long time looking at the crowd. We get it, she was awesome. Whitney Houston National Anthem rendition remains iconic 30 years after Super Bowl 25 as. With Rami Malek's Freddie Mercury in Rhapsody, Akkie's own voice is heard at times, though mainly she's performing to Houston's own signature vocals. And the actress does an exceptional job capturing the pop singer's mannerisms and performance style in those moments. It's everything else in between that's the real problem. Somebody runs through episodes in Houston's personal and professional lives without fleshing out anything nuanced or surprising. Too often, it's Clive coming to her with an opportunity, like the ambitious Impossible medley or the movie The Bodyguard movie with Kevin Costner. She initially balking before saying yes, and then it becoming a thing, rinse, repeat. Whitney Houston, her legacy and voice. Live On in Vegas hologram show one of the narrative through lines that might have people Googling afterward is Whitney's romantic relationship with Robin Crawford, Nafessa Williams. They met as teens and became girlfriends, and when Whitney is veered toward relationships with men, Robin sticks around as Whitney's assistant and tries to steady her, especially with Brown in her life, to no avail. That aspect and several others such as the bodyguard stuff and the national anthem taking place days after we went to war, would have made better focal points for a window in time story than the soup to nuts take. Williams brings a grounded energy to Robin, arguably the least known main character in this real-life story, and it's a decently acted affair overall, like Ackie. Tucci nicely inhabits Davis as a mentor as Tooney does playing Houston's mom. Sanders, so powerful in Moonlight, is a bit wasted here in a one-note role as Brown. I Wanna Dance with Somebody takes a musically exciting, narratively watered-down look at a pop culture icon's life, and while it might be enough to satisfy many Houston fans, the greatest voice of her generation deserves more than a middling biopic.